Gentlemen's time's expired. The chair now recognizes the gentlelady from Wyoming, the chair of the Subcommittee on Indian and Insular Affairs, Ms. Hageman. You're recognized for 5 minutes.
Thank you, and thank you, Madam Secretary, for being here, but you don't need to thank me for my questions when I ask them. Secretary Haaland, as you may already know, this committee recently held a hearing during which tribal members spoke openly about their fear, as well as others, of testifying in front of Congress due to retaliation from criminal drug cartels that have been openly targeting Indian lands, such as the Sonola and Jalisco New Generation, among others. These cartels have run rampant across Indian country, particularly in the northwestern region of the United States, and are enabled by the lack of enforcement of the border laws by the Biden administration. As a member of a federally recognized tribe, I would assume that you care about ensuring that our tribal communities are safe. Yes or no, have you spoken to President Biden or Secretary Mayorkas about the damaging impacts the administration's border policy has had on tribal communities?
Oh, here we go.
Congresswoman, I have not. However, I want you to know that I have traveled around to tribes
Okay, but you haven't spoken to either President Biden or Mayorkas about the need to close the border in order to protect our tribal communities. Is that right?
I have not.
Is that correct? All right. Yes or no, do you believe that due to the unique nature of law enforcement operating in Indian country, is it fair to say that coordination with other agencies is crucial to tackling human and drug trafficking in Indian country?
Congresswoman, the president, when he first came to office...
Have you done anything to work with other agencies to tackle the human and drug trafficking in Indian country related to the border crisis?
Since the president has been in office, Congresswoman...
That is a yes or no question.
What?
Would you please answer my question?
Mr. Chairman, can you let the secretary answer the question?
She's not answering my question.
Congresswoman, since the president has been in office, he has restarted the White House Council on Native American Affairs. These are issues that we discuss. We take an intergovernmental approach to all of Indian country.
What have you done specifically to work with Mayorkas to close the border in order to protect our tribal communities from the cartel criminal activity?
Congresswoman, that is not in the department's mission. We manage our public lands.
So I
and we
take it
also
that means
uphold
you've
the
done
trust and
nothing.
treaty obligations of our nation's Indian
You have not
tribes.
done anything to work with Mr. Mayorkas, is that correct?
No, ma'am.
Okay. During your time as secretary, what have you done specifically to work with our tribes to reduce and eliminate criminal cartels from targeting Indian country?
Congresswoman, I want you to know that tribes have been underfunded for decades and decades with respect to law enforcement and justice services.
So
and that is
have
one
you done
area where
anything
we are
specific?
working.
Have you done anything specifically to work with our tribes to address the drug trafficking and human smuggling that is going on related to the open border?
We are working very hard to make sure that Indian Affairs has several approaches to addressing recruitment and retention. We understand that they are understaffed in many of these areas, and we listen to tribes and how they would like us to move this issue
Madam
forward
Secretary,
for them.
what have you done as a cabinet-level secretary to convince Mr. Biden and Mayorkas to close the border in order to protect our tribal communities?
Congresswoman, it is my job to manage our public lands. The Department of the Interior manages our public lands and conserves our cultural heritage and natural resources for the American people, as well as upholding the trust and treaty responsibilities of our
But the Bureau of
Indian
Indian
tribes.
Affairs is within the Department of Interior, correct?
Yes, ma'am, but
Okay. In 2018, under the previous administration, more than 3,200 pounds of illegal narcotics, estimated to be valued at $9.8 million, had been seized by the Office of Justice Services. How much did OJS seize in 2023?
Congresswoman, that would be up to the Department of Justice, and they can
You don't know?
probably inform you with the number of those pounds.
But you don't know?
I do not know.
Does DOI's opioid reduction task force still exist?
Congresswoman, thank you. We are working hard with tribes to ensure that that we manage their justice services the way that they want
So
to.
the question was, does the Department of Interior's opioid reduction task force still exist?
Congresswoman, I would be happy to answer that for the record.
Is the answer yes or no?
I will be happy to answer that for the record.
You don't know as you sit here today?
I want to make sure that I give you the correct answer, and I will do that when I get back to my office.
You are useless.
Have you heard of the Rock Springs Resource Management Plan?
No, I have not.
Thank you. I'm out of time. I yield back.
The gentlelady yields back. The chair recognizes.
We have predatory institutions that are preying on students, putting them in debt, and not providing
We have
them
slippery car salesmen that are preying on people too, so should we forgive their loans?
We have.
I'm asking a question. Yeah, I mean, we have bad actors
we do.
across the board. So if you're a bad actor under that concept, I should forgive your loan. So if a slippery car salesman sells me a car and, gosh, I just got in a little bit over my head, we should forgive that. I mean, using that same principle.
We have a responsibility.
I'm asking a question. So are we going to car loans next? If you're a shady character and sell me a bad car loan, the government, well, not the government, you, because you have more authority than Congress and the Supreme Court, we should forgive those car loans too.
We have a responsibility.
The answer is, of course not. We wouldn't do that because we have responsibilities in this country. And I love how we talk about free education. It's not free. Are the teachers teaching for free? Are the teachers teaching for free? Really simple. I know we struggled with this last time, but no, they're not teaching for free. Somebody's paying for it, and the people who are paying for it are the American taxpayers. If you have a right, you have a responsibility. And shame on you for going over Congress and the Supreme Court. And with that, I'm over. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. McClain. Pursuant to the previous order, the chair declares the committee in recess.
See where I count it all, confident in the water, see the engine with rain and power. See what the light, a screen of shame, forever in her image. Oh, she got a crown of confidence in her. A screen of shame forever in her dream. Oh, she got a glow of confidence in her. A ring of reason which every day she come and a ruler of her. Dancing it in her hand. No jealousy grand from me. Green in the river of life. See our way greater goes I in the darkness night. A beacon of hope, a glowing light. Ooh.